right, everyone. Hey, thank you for coming out to NoReset. I'm glad to be a part of this. I hope you enjoyed the Mega Man 2 randomizer race. And now I get to go solo with Mega Man 6 PAL percent. And I'm not going to waste any time here. I'm going to get us right into this. So, gentlemen, if you're ready, I'm ready.
Wherever you are.
On go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So we're going to start with Flame Man because we got to beat Flame Man in order to get our PAL suit. And pretty much this is our only Buster-only stage, as the rest of the run's going to be done in the PAL suit, outside of moments where I may need to slide and or use Jet. But other than that, the rest of the game can be beaten with just the PAL suit. So we're going to make our way through the fire fields of Flame Man stage as we slide, jump, and shoot, because that's what Mega Man does. And hopefully do it well. I am actually the current world record holder for this category. And it's a very difficult category, so you don't see many people actually run this, but I am proud to be the world record holder.
Congratulations, by the way. Yeah.
Thanks. So we're actually, I've actually been hunting for a sub 43, as the world record stands at 44:26. I believe, which is actually tied with the Buster only time. So trying to get not only a better time than Buster only, but sub 40, get into the 43 range, as that current world record has a death in it, and that's pretty much 30 seconds right there.
So as I do understand, it's kind of picky on your side to cover to save some more times, as far as I understood what you said.
Yeah, there's definitely time to be saved in this category.
There always be, right?
In other words, don't die to the Crusher. That's where the death happened. It happened at the Crusher. It happened the worst spot. All right, so we're at Flame Man. The best thing to do when dealing with Flame Man with Buster only is to shoot at his head. And I mean actually at his head, because when the flames come up, they tend to reflect Mega's Buster. So we try to shoot at his head as the flames are coming down, and as we see, it gets reflected there. But Flame Man gave us a really good pattern there. I'm happy with that. So yeah, down goes Flame Man.
All my bets on you.
All right, so we're going to have our PAL suit, and pretty much from here, it's go wherever I want. But we're going to start with Nightman, as that's pretty much the reset heavy level. And the first real trick is going to happen right at the beginning here, as we want to get underneath the chandelier. Usually in Mega Man 6, you're sliding, but PAL doesn't have that. Mega also walks faster in normal suit as opposed to PAL. PAL actually walks at the speed of 1 through 5. So real. Just like that, right under the chandelier, and we're good. That's real tricky, believe it or not, because you hit it too much, you're going to bump your head, and if you miss, you're dead. So that's the hardest trick. That's really literally one of the hardest tricks to do for this run. So the rest of it's going to be smooth sailing. So now it's all about execution on my part.
So I might use that part to tell us that we have received a donation from Mega Man 2 Dragon, $10 donation, and he said he wrote down "Got you, Matt Philly." Nice teammate.
Yeah, I'm going to have to rewatch that run because admittedly the Mario spite threw me off, as especially in Wily 4 trying to get on my item 2. I had no idea where my foot was. So that, without having seen the run, I don't know if that's what really cost me or if a number of other things happened that I don't know of.
And it couldn't be RNG as far as I understand, right?
Yeah, well, that's part of a randomizer, so you know it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I went there.
Well, you know, I played that rando enough to compensate for certain things, but I've been trying to scale back on a few things to maybe get a second or two more. But you know, the first thing that's important in Mega Man 2 randomizer is safety. I only took up 2 E tanks, and I skipped a bunch of E tanks in that run, so it's like, eh. All right, so Nightman. The way Nightman's going to work is he's the only one we can't use our half charge shots, and we'll talk about more of that later. But we're going to use our full charge shots, as they do not care that Nightman has a shield. So that'll go right through him, and Nightman will do whatever he wants, and he's really doing whatever he wants. We really want to see him be on the ground throwing his mace ball, but he's deciding to jump like a jerk, but he goes down all the same. And that takes care of the Nightmare. And we're going to move on to Centaur here next. As when we get to that boss, we'll see more of what I mean by half charge shots. All right, so we're going to go to Centaur next. This is our quote-unquote water stage, but it's not really underwater for too long. It's like partly water and then whatever you want to think about. All right, so we're in our power suit, and we're going to kill everything in the way here. I haven't figured out how to do Miracle Jump yet in PAL yet. I don't think it's possible because I can't slide. But if I ever figure out Miracle Jump, I'm going to learn to do it.
Just to let you know, we have since we have been through our tier 4 now. We for the hot sauce shenanigans, we are now heading for tier 5 at $9,001. We are at 85% completed here, so I encourage everyone to donate at this point so we can see Bencho Sly having a hard time of his life drinking or eating nuggets with hot sauce here. So let's get the flame on.
Yeah, I want you to know I'm a little upset with this because I'm not having any nugs or hot sauce, and I've been running for about 2 hours. What's going to be ending up being 2 hours here, so you know, going to be a little famished, just a little famished.
What should I do now? I mean, we can always get you some McDonald's, you know.
Just send them through the stream. It's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
Hook it up to my veins.
Yeah, okay. Let's try that with the Ethernet cable. Let's see if it works. You know, nothing's impossible.
All right, so we made it mostly through Centaur Man stage here as we approach the boss. So we're gonna take a deboost off the ice block here from this squid because it takes too long to kill him. So you know what? You'll see a lot of deboosting in POW percent, primarily to make it through quickly. All right. So we are now approaching Centaur Man. So we're going to use our half charge shots. And pretty much what happens is that does 3 points of damage as opposed to 2 with full charge. And 1 second. Looks like it's a teleport. Alright, so pretty much we are hitting our half charge shots as Centaur Man is giving us a good pattern, but pretty much we're keeping him from using his Centaur Flash to freeze us, but it's to as he stands there, he gives us an opening to completely eradicate him, but it also does more damage, and in this category, DPS is a big deal. But the half charge shot does more damage than the full charge shot. I'm going to do as many of those as we can to take down Centaur Man and to avoid Centaur Man doing his Flash with freezes in place. But that takes care of Centaur Man. We get to move on to Wind next. Alright, so Windman boss fight is going to be a bit of a doozy, but first we got to get through the stage. We got to take down these pandas. We got to directionalize the panda shots so then we can get through quickly. In this spot right here, we're going to use the propellers to push us on through to get through there. And we're going to take down the next cannon here, get hit. Go back up, take the next one down, jump over that one, and smooth. And we gotta punch the screen to make it move because that's how it works in PAL percent. Alright, so we're gonna go through the next section of pandas here where we're gonna get rather beaten up a little bit, primarily in the middle section here. There we go. That's about as much damage as I would like to see get taken as we proceed on through. Take down these cars. And we're on the last screen prior to the Windman boss door, and we're going to try to juke the last panda as opposed to killing it, as we want to make our way through smoothly. Nope, apparently not. Alright, it's fine. So we're at the boss door. What we're going to do is we're going to do a strat I like to call bullying. So we're going to use full pouch shots on Windman, and every time you hit a full pouch shot on the Robot Masters, they reset. So the Robot Masters in this game tend to have a property of if they do a thing twice, they have to do a second thing. So if every time the POW shot hits them, it takes them back to 1 as opposed to going to 2, doing 1, 2, then back to 1. So every time I hit them, it takes them back to 1. And Windman was very cooperative with me, so he goes down really quick. All right, Windman's taken care of. We're gonna move on to Tomahawk next. All right, Tomahawk is also going to be Tomahawk's personally one of my favorite stages, especially in PAL. If not for the music, then just for the aesthetic of it. All right, So in this route, we actually need 2 E-tanks, and we get one of our E-tanks right here at the beginning as we blow up the barrel there. And we'll be seeing more barrels or blocks getting blown up like that in PAL. Pretty much we need 2 E-tanks, and we'll talk about the why later. But that'll be our second E-tank. We can, if we want, to get a third one if we really need it in the Robot Master stages, as really with PAL you can only get up to 3 E-tanks as you're going through. And we're gonna play hopscotch here. 1, 2. And all right, and look at that gorgeous sunset. That gorgeous end of the NES life cycle sunset. As we approach the second Met tank here, the deboost off the big boy here. Wow, if I can just, you know, jump and shoot like I'm supposed to, that'd be great. I can hear you. So it's coming through OBS? Alright, give me a sec. Oh god. Let me take care of, Tomahawk here. I'm probably gonna have to consume an E-tank without dying. So Tomahawk's very random in what he does. Yeah, let's just take that E-tank to be safe. So we'll get our third one in a couple stages from now. So pretty much we don't want to see Tomahawk jump. We'd rather see him do his little headdress attack or his Tomahawk, Silver Tomahawk attack itself. You don't want to see him jump too much as it tends to throw me off, but hey, we take him down all the same. One second here. Alright, hopefully that fixes what's going on here. But yeah, so Tomahawk's very random. We tend to try and hit as many half-charge shots into him. We try to get a bit of a jump rope action as we don't want to see him jump, but he goes down all the same, and we're going to move on to Blizzard next.
Sounds like a deal here. Sounds good on our side, so thanks for the little maintenance.
It's okay. Admittedly, I thought you were gonna mute me here and just take the audio from the stream, but that's fine either way. I figured that might end up being an issue, but hey, we fixed it. Fix it in between stages.
Yeah, definitely, which was wondering me a little bit. But you know, a man with experience. Look how it looks like.
Yep. Alright, so we're coming up and we're in Blizzard Band stage, or prominently known as the Canada stage. And we know we can tell it's Canada stage because we got curling pucks here. That's how we know. There's no other distinct way to know that this is Canada outside of it being the traditional ice stage. Because essentially the story of this game is that this is a world tournament, as a villain by the name of Mr. X has appeared, claiming to be Dr. Wily's master and the one really controlling everything that Dr. Wily does. Okay, I didn't get swished there. And we're gonna have to do this as a 2-cycle. We can't do 1-cycle sub, which is sad times. I would love to, but it's just not possible with PAL speed. But yeah, so Mr. X takes world robots around the world to represent countries to have the world's most powerful robot tournament. And Blizzard Band is supposed to represent Canada.
Right.
Alright, so we got our iframes on that squid. That squid jump is actually very difficult as we need all that D-boost iframes to make it through. And we're at the Blizzard door. Now, at some point, I want to figure out how to do bomb skip with PAL. Because I've seen it, I've actually done it, but I can't get it consistently. So we just don't do it in the run because it's risky.
Is the trick to slide, or it's a way of jumping and then like dodging the bombs?
You literally can walk off. You can hit a ledge at a certain frame, and he walks right on through.
Okay, thanks.
But PAL does not slide. That's why we're not sliding. So
there we go.
That's the other reason why.
That's what I was missing. All right.
That's why there's no sliding happening, because PAL doesn't slide. It can't slide. But we're gonna have to use it in the next stage. Alright, so we're gonna go up to Yamato stage, Japan Man stage. So what's gonna have to happen here is we're gonna take the path not taken. Usually in a Mega Man 6 run, we're gonna take the lower path. Number one, because it's fun. Number two, we consumed our E-Tank on Tomahawk for safety, so we're gonna need that backup that's here in Yamato Man stage, which is actually on the lower path. So we're coming up to a mid-boss in this stage, and what we want to see this frog enemy do, we want to see the top guy throw bombs, and we want to reflect it back into the eye, just like that. That is actually the first time I've gotten that pattern for a marathon run, so that's what happens. So pretty much you can reflect that bomb into the frog's eye. That does 2 full PAL charge shots worth of damage, and then you do 2 more PAL charge shots, and he goes down quickly. If he doesn't give it to you, it takes 4. So yes, it is faster and it's cooler, and I'm glad I got that in a marathon run finally. Apparently Mega's big toes getting in the way. All right, so we're quickly approaching the Yamato Man's stage door. So as I've been talking about, robot masters in this game have a tendency to do attack. When they do two of the same attack, they have to do a new pattern. Yamato Man has only 2 attacks to begin with. One of those attacks involves him firing his spear across the room and going to pick it up. So and that's the pattern we want to see. So we want to see him fire his spear, and then we're gonna punch him and delay him like 3 times in order to pick it up. And we're not gonna start with that at all. Oh, that's okay. He's on this side of the screen. So 1, 2, 3. Wow, be great. I'm probably gonna take the C-Tank. Let's just be safe. Let's just be safe. I thought that was actually 2 damage. Oh well. Alright, well, Yamato Man goes down all the same. But yeah, that's what Yamato Man can look like as a PAL fight if he gives you the good stuff. So with that, we got one more Robot Master left, and that is Plants Man.
I'll go ahead with a so far so good right now. Seems like a good pace to me. You know it better than I do, but it looks like a good pace.
It looks like a good pace, but I think I got a feeling we're slightly behind. But, you know, safety strats and trying to be marathon safe, as well as trying to get, you know, world record. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But it really is, and we're going to talk about the guy later, because he's the one who really controls whether or not we get world record or not. Alright, so we're going to take actually destroy this Stomper for the first time. It's also the last time we see him, as it takes 1 full charge shot and 4 regular, and I missed the cycle there because I wasn't fast enough. But either way, that's the only time we destroy him, and that's also the last time we see him in this game. And we're going to take on my favorite enemies, quote unquote, the gorilla tanks, and they are the absolute worst. As they pretty much need 6 full power charge shots. I didn't get 6 because I'm just trying to kill it and make it dead. That's probably the one thing I wish I could just use flame for, because you can just mash flame into it and just immediately eradicate it and take on the second gorilla tank here. There we go. All right, and here comes the scary screen. This is one of the reasons why we do this last, even though we probably should do it earlier in the run. The other reason we do it last, and this is just me being a fumbler of sorts, is because this is actually where Jet is. We don't really need Jet until the Wily stages, and fortunately we're going to recoup all of our health. Deboost, and we're at the door. Yeah, that screen, no matter what category you're running, is scary. So that's why we take our time on that screen. We can do actually planforms without opening them up, but because PAL Suit's box is so wide, it's like almost not worth it. Do I keep calling him X? I don't know. Don't listen to me. No, do listen to me, but, you know, don't listen to the mumbling. Anyway. So, Plant Man, pretty much we want to see him walk the room, like with Yamato, because we want to get 2 of our half-charge shots into Plant Man, as, of course, DPS is important. But, you know, if we do it, you can also cheese him by doing full power charge shots into him, as every time you hit him with full charge shot, he has to put his shield back up and run around. But either way, down goes Plant Man. That is 8 Robos, and we're off to Mr. X's castle.
Meanwhile, we're running to Mrs. X castle. We have received a donation from Les Pixels Perdus, $5.95. I love round numbers, they said. Thanks for the shout out and good luck. Thanks to your generosity. We really appreciate that. It's for a very good cause. So let's get on with this. And Mr. X.
Alright, so the real fun begins with Pal Suit, as majority of the Castle Stage's bosses take full damage from the Pal Suit. We're going to take on this stage first, though. So this is going to be our first use of Jet, just to make it up to this platform. And then we got to switch back. And then we got to kill that enemy. And then we got to switch back. Because that's required. It wasn't required beforehand until I figured out that you can actually hit him with POW shots, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna bust through Mr. X's window to get into his castle. And we're gonna take down a couple of these grasshoppers, trying to kill the lag, because usually, because the screen can only take so many sprites on it, and that really lags things up. Alright, so we're going to take on Rounder, or Rounder 2, and this is going to be the fun part. So you're going to see a full charge POW shot, seesaw these things back and forth. Just like that. Just like a seesaw. Normally you pull out flame and you paste them onto the walls and they run into them. But you know, that looks more fun. Because it looks like a seesaw. White goes over here, no, over here. I always like to refer to that as the Batman enemy, because they're more or less the same kind of enemy. Alright, so we're in X2. This is the main event. Alright. All runs go to either live or die on this stage. Everything is dependent on this stage. The reason we picked up E-Tanks is for this stage. As we're going to be taking on the Power Piston. The Power Piston is a jerk when it comes to POW, because you can only hit the Power Piston when he's at the absolute bottom of his wall climb, as he either goes up or down, and we can only hit him when he's at the absolute bottom of his post on the wall. So hopefully he gives us the good stuff today. But you know, RNG being a thing, it is most likely unlikely. Apparently, we golden on X1. Alright, so let's take on the Mike Tyson of X6 POW percent runs. Yep, there he goes, just being a jerk like he usually is. Oh wow, he's being awful. Yep, this ain't gonna record. Let's take a safety. Let's take that safety tank. Yeah. Like I said, he's an absolute jerk, and he's showing it full force today. Wow, this guy here. this guy here. This is definitely not gonna go record, but that's fine. We're still gonna have a good time. But yeah, that's why people don't want to do this category, because of that fight. Alright, so X3. So we don't have any E-tanks. We're gonna pick up we actually have 2 opportunities before Wily 1 to get an E-tank, as that's pretty much a stage where you're gonna deboost heavy, and Mechasaur can be a bit of a jerk as far as its RNG pattern. But we're gonna pick up the E-tank in this stage to be safe on that stage. Oh no! And I missed my jump there. We're gonna take the death. We're gonna take the death here, so then we can do it properly. Alright, so pretty much in X3, we actually have to set up the plungers as we make it through the first screen here. More importantly, we gotta set up the second one for a plunger later in the stage. So, get lower, get lower, get lower. Wow, why am I... Missed it again, I can't believe it. Good thing, oh. Yeah. No one saw that. Alright. So, we're going to hopefully do it right this time. There we go. So we want to get underneath the background. I actually don't like where it's at. There we go, that's better. So we needed to get the left portion of that plunger below the screw in the background for a section later, as pretty much the entire stage for these plungers is set up universally. So where they are on screen here gets reflected later. So we gotta set those up accordingly, so then Palsuit can make all the jumps. Alright, so we're gonna take the lower path here, as that's where the E-tank is. Right there. So that will be our safety E-tank for Mechasaur in a couple stages here. Alright, so this is the screen we had to set up earlier. More importantly, the second plunger here.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm really bearing with you that the situation you had with the RNG boss. Actually, you couldn't hear me because I was a little bit yelling. I was like, no, it's not fair.
Oh, it decided to troll hard today, and as much as I'm glad that you guys got to see it, I was infuriated. But you know, it is what it is. But hey, we're at Batanga Z. If you like your giant anime robots, this is it right here. And he's pretty much the 80% chat, 80% strat. So you use Palsuit and you punch away. Alright, so we're moving on to X3. So let's see, X3 or X4. I can count. So X4. Nothing really special here. Outside of it's the last of the X stages, thank goodness. And make our way through the first few sections here. Try and not get hit by these RNG cannons. Yeah, that didn't matter. That bird was gonna hit me either way, so I was like, come on, hit me. Come on, do it. Alright. So we're coming up to what the Buster Only community and myself like to refer to as the worst room in this game. It's the worst room because you got these spread out platforms and you got these Coltons firing at you. But I like to call them Coltahos because of the runner himself. So shout out to Coltaho. But yeah, these Coltons are absolute garbage. Because pretty much, if you are jumping at the wrong time and it's firing, there's that pet below. That's death. You don't want to do that. Alright, so we're on the last screen of X4. And we're going to take a lot of damage as we make it through here, as we're trying to get to the door as quickly as we can. There is this cannon above the door. We're going to deboost off one of the birds. To make it through. You can risk it all and jump your way to victory, but it's generally not recommended. And considering the fact that I've already died enough in this run, nope. Alright, so we're gonna take on the Crusher. And we're gonna bat it like a cat with Pal Suit. And take down the Crusher. That's Mr. X. GG's, everyone. The game is over. I'm glad you all came out for this marathon. Wait, what do you mean you have the powder? Oh my god! It's Enrico Palazzo! So yeah, turns out Mr. X was Dr. Wily all along. Who knew? Alright, so we're in Wily stages here. So we're gonna be guessing they're the correct eyebrows this time. not Dr. Light blinking at me. Alright, so we're gonna switch to Jet here. And try and not get hit by these Mets. Oh, that's not the Pal Suit. That's not the Pal Suit. That's it right there. So, the reason I picked Plant Man last, as far as Robot Masters, is because I have a tendency to hit right on my D-pad. Pal is all the way far right in that top screen, as opposed to Jet being next to it. So we do Plant last to, you know, for me personally, to avoid it. Even though I could just as easily hit left on the D-pad and select it. But I forget sometimes. Alright, so we're going to deboost off this Cannon Joe here. And use all those glorious iframes to get through. And we're going to switch to Jet here, because we can't deboost off of anything. And back to Pal. Alright, since this isn't going to world record, but we're still trending on time, I'm going to show you something neat you could do with the Pal Suit against Mechasaur when we get into that room. Alright, so Mechasaur has this thing where he likes to put out platforms, so then you, the player, can actually damage him in his head. But with the Pal Suit, you can actually reflect those platforms right back at him. Like that. But they only do 1 damage, so it's not really worth it. So the reason I'm jumping on the, you know what, screw it. The reason I was jumping on the platforms is kind of a buffer for myself so I can hit him, so I can mostly guarantee that I can hit Mechasaur in the head with a POW shot. But you know what, he actually gave us a pretty good pattern. I didn't have to use the E-Tank I picked up in X3. But hey, it's all the same. We get to move on to X2, where we get to see a little more ice. A little more curling pucks. We also get what I think is the poorest design for a castle stage boss ever in the Wily canon. We also get to see the nerds, which we haven't seen since Nightman stage. Gonna jump over these nits because the nerds themselves, the reason we're ignoring doing damage to them is because each one requires 2 shots, no matter the weapon. So we're just gonna take the time to straight up ignore them and just jump over them. And we're gonna see that again in the next screen here, as we're gonna hopscotch over each and every one of these nerds because it looks cool. But the downside is we get to deal with this wondrous spots of lag. We can't jump over this one because if we tried, spikes. Alright, so we're taking on the Wily tank, the W tank next. It is probably the worst designed boss I have ever seen in a Mega Man game. It's pretty much a cannon on a tripod. But there's a fun thing you can do with the W cannon, and I'll show you in a bit. You can take damage and then walk him back. You can literally just take damage and walk him back if he gets too far on the screen. So that's a fun thing you can do with the Wily cannon, the W tank. Alright, so we're on to refights here, and we're going to use these fans that are in the water to propel ourselves through the stage much quicker. With Jet be really fun, but we're in PAL, so it's just as fun. Or I can just mess it up altogether. Or I could just mess it up altogether, because why not? I just keep finding the box end of the box fans there. All right, so this is our last use of Jet, and we're pretty much in the PAL suit the rest of the game. Alright, so if you have anything you need to note for the marathon, now would be a good time. Jeez, Blizzard Man cornered me in the corner. Alright, we're gonna take on Flame next. Flame him. Stop jumping. Only I am allowed to jump. Alright, Tomahawk's down. Time for wind. So yeah, I guess we don't have any announcements to make. Alright, so we're on Windman next, and we're gonna go and do the Bully Strat next. Ooh. There we go. Looks like Centaur doesn't want to walk. Oh, there we go. No! Come on! Bad Centaur fight. He did not want to walk for me. Alright, Nick Man. Gonna do the motto next. And plant. I'm here. I thought you guys had announcements, so that's why I hadn't.
No, my bad. I just muted at the wrong time. I was about to say that there is an upcoming, but there is actually an upcoming bid wars regarding Star Fox 64 that you guys can donate to enhance some mode. So you'll have to choose between screen mode and expert mode. So let's go ahead and I'm looking for screen mode because of the name. So I encourage people to donate and enhance the experience, Star Fox 64 experience actually. And I wanted to say that you're not doing the world record as you said because you had a little some RNG hiccups from here and there. But still, I'm behind you. I'm giving you all my energy so you can go on and kill that boss and kick his ass off.
Yeah, we're gonna send him to jail finally for the first time, for the only time, hopefully for the last time. But yeah, so we're gonna take on the sweeper now. And we're gonna ooh, someone jump. I wonder who. We're gonna plug him with all these pouch shots, and we're pretty much in the casino as we speak. As pretty much the casino always wins. Let's take that E-Tank. Because we picked up 3 along the way, because Eddie gave us 1, and we picked up 2 extra ones. Because, you know, sure, why not? Because I didn't end up using one of those for Mechasaur, because I thought I would. But hey, it is what it is. We're on the capsule. Last hit is time. One more. Time. Alright. That's Mega Man 6 PAL. I hope you enjoyed the run. I had a good time. Everyone seemed to have a good time. And I will catch you guys down the road. Thanks for having me. GG's to everyone in the Mega Man 2 rando race. And I will hope you have a good time with us marathon.
So 47 minutes, 41 seconds for your run. Congratulations. I mean, you finished it, which is good. You did your best, definitely. And it was really nice to have you on stream. And for the run, Mr. Siberian Bull, I really appreciate it. Thanks for everything you've done for this run and the last one. It was really nice. I really enjoyed my time. And you taught me a little bit of things from Mega Man from here and there. I really appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having me. Have fun with the rest of the marathon.
Thank you and take care. Enjoy your time at the NoReset speedrun. Don't forget, guys, that we are going next for another run of Mega Man, which will be Mega Man 9 Buster only for 45 minutes with our friend Slurpy Ninja. We will see him in a couple of minutes. We are going for a transition here to make sure that we are ready to go live for all this. Don't forget to donate for Les Petits Rois. And remember that there is still bid wars going on for Star Fox 64. You have to choose the mode between Screen mode and Expert mode. And there is still Mystical Ninja, that is Japanese language, leading on way ahead, but still it's not over yet. So stay tuned, guys. We're coming up next.